sometimes the biggest change in people's profit margins is the items that are needed to keep that business running. I want to talk about this because I love Handmade Business Owner. I actually business coach Handmade Business Owners. I started off my career as being an entrepreneur with Handmade. I went over and looked at your stuff, which by the way, is so cute. But even if you're making like your lick mats and stuff like that, you might be making those in-house. You could scale to a point of where you are having those manufactured. But I want to talk really quick about packaging. So a lot of times people think, oh, the actual items that I'm selling, I don't need a factory for, or I have to use my wholesaler, or I make them in-house, or they're handmade, etc. Let's just talk about packaging. So what about the boxes that you're using to ship stuff? What about the packaging that your actually items are going in? What about packing tape? What about shipping labels? What about any sort of postcard or tissue paper or anything that you're using inside of those boxes? The adorable window hangers that you make, those absolutely at some point when you're scaling could be made by factory. But let's talk about the, I'm assuming, homemade food that you're making for the dogs. What about the actual mixing bowls that you're using to make that? Maybe there's spatulas that you use, or maybe parchment paper, or maybe cookie sheets. All of that, if you can change the way you buy the products that you need to keep your business alive and moving, you change your profit margins. So it's not just the items that you are actually selling other people. Sometimes the biggest change in people's profit margins is the items that are needed to keep that business running. Let me know if you have any questions. But I checked out your TikTok. Again, great stuff. But yeah, I see a lot of items that could be bought directly from a factory, which would save you a lot of money.